12 toxic leadership styles and what they say, but what's really going on. The first one is microaggression. Often what happens, they don't feel safe, so that's why they need to know everything that's happening. So those updates that are in a few weeks in the future, they feel like they need to know right now. The hero, they like to save the day. Unfortunately, they ignore early warning signs to prevent the fire, but they like that recognition to say they did it all and they saved it. The ghost, this one, they say they want to empower the team, but in actuality, they don't feel comfortable with conflicts. They don't feel comfortable giving feedback. So as a result, this impacts the team. The perfectionist. Unfortunately, paying attention to detail is masked as high quality work. But unfortunately, projects often die because of this pause and stagnation to looking at every single detail. The politician. This one can be a little bit confusing because they play favorites, they spin the story, and often their own managers think they're amazing. But in actuality, their team secretly can't stand them. The martyr. This is the workaholic in disguise. Well, not all the time. They try to lead by example by staying up late, sending messages at like 2 a.m., and then wondering where's that commitment. But the reality is, people are sleeping. The credit collector. They show up only when things go right. But the reality is, if they're showing up, sharing the good news, guess who gets the recognition? And guess who did the hard work? The fear broker. They motivate through intimidation. And unfortunately, they call it, I'm raising the standard. I'm making sure everyone's doing their best. But the reality is, they're just placing a lot of pressure that's unwarranted. The overconfident visionary, always talking about the future, but ignoring the warning signs and the fires that are right in front of them, thinking about the big picture. The empathy avoider, they truly care about people, but they avoid uncomfortable conversations. They call it protecting morale. They don't address poor performance because it might hurt someone's feeling, so the team burns out. The chameleon, they agree with everyone in the room, but they change their opinion depending on who's there. They call it being collaborative. They back you up in the meeting and deny it the next minute. The legacy protector. They cling on to the old ways because this is how it's always been. They respect traditions. Unfortunately, they miss out on the upgrades that makes the team more efficient.